From MTN News, this is Montana This Morning.
Today is your last chance to vote in the November 2023 election. Just ahead, our Edgar Cedillo tells us what you need to know if you have not yet turned in your ballot.
I'm Jonathan Amberian in Helena. Congressman Matt Rosendale still hasn't announced whether he's running for U.S. Senate next year, but that hasn't stopped a statewide elected official from announcing a campaign for the House seat that Rosendale could be leaving open.
I personally was a hungry kid.
Some students, their only meal comes from school. So a local business over in Shepherd is making those leftover balances a thing of the past for students. You won't want to miss this morning's Positively Montana story. Alrighty, we are coming up on 6:30 on this Tuesday edition of Montana This Morning. Jay McDonald and Matt Elwell. Thing I love about fall, look at the sky over Montana State University. That makes up dark and light
it's beautiful,
clouds.
especially as we've set the clocks back an hour.
Right.
We're actually catching the tail end of this curve.
It's not pitch black outside.
The temperatures chilly but not cold by any stretch. Our temperatures around the freezing mark across most of the area. Overall, we're looking at clearing skies by the time you head through the mid-morning. Clouds are expected to thicken up as you get later into the day. That could lead to some spotty snow showers for parts of the area as you head into the evening. Looking at our iCam this morning on the Montana State University campus, temperatures not bad. I expect daytime highs to be near the 50-degree mark for the most part, but our cooler temperatures are on the way to wrap up your work week. We'll talk about how cool that will be in just a few minutes.
All right, thank you very much, Matt. Now some housekeeping right off the top. The governor's office says firefighters and the Montana Department of Natural Resources and Conservation kept 96% of wildfires this season to 10 acres or less. Now, the DNRC is responsible for the fire suppression on around 60 million acres of land and supports fire suppression effort in cooperation with local and federal agencies. As of October 30th, just over 1,600 wildfires had burned around 117,000 acres at a cost of about $41 million. 79% of the wildfires were caused by people or of undetermined origin. The governor's office cited additional air and ground resources for initial attack and a new law that allowed the state to proactively position resources in areas with high and extreme fire danger. And if you plan to play outside in Montana's backcountry this winter, you may want to catch an upcoming workshop at Montana State University. The 9th annual Snow and Avalanche Workshop will be held tomorrow, November 8th, featuring a panel discussion and graduate research and avalanche awareness presentations. The free public event will take place on campus in the Strand Union Building's Ballroom A, and it will be streamed live online. Outdoor goods, vendors, and sales representatives will be present to display their latest gear and to raffle off some prizes. For a full look at the schedule of the day's events, as well as a link to that live stream feed, you can head on over and check out our website. Now today is Election Day, and our Edgar Cedillo explains what you should know in case you haven't voted yet.
Some Gallatin County voters are now getting ready to decide on a new mayor and some ballot questions that could raise taxes in certain parts of the county.
It's actually seemed a little slow. Ballot returns have kind of been trickling in.
Gallatin County Clerk and Recorder Eric Samrod says that this year's elections have been quieter, and with an all mail-in ballot this year, his office is making sure that voters don't have the same mail issues, including slow delivery like in the past.
Working with them closely, and it's been going quite smooth this time around, so I'm pretty confident that things have been getting where they're supposed to.
With just over 13,000 ballots returned as of Monday, turnout is around 20%, and ballot counting began Monday afternoon.
Yeah, we'll run some ballots through the machine this afternoon. It has to shut down before 5 o'clock today.
Since not everyone in the county is voting, Samrod expects fewer crowds than in 2022.
You might have a 15-minute wait or something like that, but I don't anticipate the 3-hour wait tomorrow.
Samrod says that voters will also now be able to see their ballot status once it's been dropped off.
To check and see if we have received and accepted their ballot, they can check My Voter page on the Secretary of State's website.
Voters now have until 8 p.m. on Tuesday to make sure that their ballot is in and counted for the election. In Bozeman, Edgar Cedillo, MTN News.
Again, that is 8 o'clock tonight. Thank you very much, Edgar. Now, Montana Attorney General Austin Knudsen says he believes he's made his office a leader on the national level, and he wants to continue that work for another 4-year term. Knudsen, a Republican, told MTN he's filing campaign work for re-election. Prior to being elected in 2020, Knudsen was Roosevelt County Attorney and Speaker of the Montana House. He says as Attorney General, he's made the office more aggressive in law enforcement and in lawsuits, pushing back against the federal government. If he's reelected, he says public safety will remain his top priority and that he wants to continue a strong response to drugs, human trafficking, and other major crimes.
Number one, we've beefed those up. We've added more agents, which was desperately needed. So I think my answer is probably, I want to get us out of this kind of maybe 1991 law enforcement mentality that I think still kind of pervades in Montana. It's 2023. We've got a lot of stuff going on. We've got a lot of new threats coming into the country and coming into the state, and I think we need to respond to those.
Knudsen is currently facing a complaint over his handling of a dispute between the state judicial branch and the legislature. He told MTN the complaint is frivolous, that he stands by the contention that members of the judiciary overstepped. Ben Alke, an attorney from Bozeman, has filed to run against Knudsen as a Democrat. He accused Knudsen of politicizing the Attorney General's office. And Montana Congressman Matt Rosendale still hasn't announced whether he'll run for U.S. Senate next year. But the race to fill his Eastern District seat, if he does, is continuing to heat up. MTN senior political reporter Jonathan Amberian reports State Auditor Troy Downing is the latest prominent official to announce a campaign.
Troy Downing said earlier this year that he'd consider running for Montana's Eastern congressional seat if Matt Rosendale decided not to seek another term in the House. But on Wednesday, he told MTN though Rosendale hasn't made a formal announcement, he fully believes the seat will be open and that the window for candidates to put themselves forward is closing. Downing announced a House campaign Wednesday morning, saying he wants to push back against the Biden administration and stand up for conservative Montana values in Congress. Downing is a businessman and Air Force veteran. He has served one term as state auditor, regulating the insurance and securities industries in Montana. He could seek re-election in 2024, but said he feels there are challenges that need to be tackled at the federal level.
I have gone to war for this country. I have served this country both on the national level and on the state level, and we've got bigger problems, bigger fish to fry. And I think that those problems are right now with out of control spending, porous borders, and we need to rebuild our military. We need to make sure that we're doing everything we can to maintain that American dream.
Another statewide elected official, State Superintendent of Public Instruction Elsie Arnson, has created an exploratory committee, saying that she's looking at running for the seat if Rosendale doesn't seek another term. And other Republicans have announced interest. Former state lawmakers Rick Holden, Joel Crowder, and Ed Walker, and Public Service Commissioner Randy Pinocci. A spokesperson for Rosendale told MTN Wednesday that he is still making a decision on the Senate race, but that he has the overwhelming support of Montanans. So far, 2 Democratic candidates have filed to run in the Eastern District: Kevin Ham, Helena business owner, and Ming Cabrera, a former pharmaceutical sales representative from Billings. In Helena, Jonathan Amberian, MTN News.
Thank you very much, Jonathan. Now, some students, their only meal comes from school. So a local business over in Shepherd is making those balances a little easier for some students. MTN's Haley Monaco has this morning's Positively Montana story.
Here at the Red Rooster Bar, a portion of the proceeds from weekly specials will stay right here in Shepherd and go to the schools to help students in need.
A staple in the Shepherd community for 5 years.
I really like the pizza and tacos.
We've just been kind of building our kitchen because we didn't have very many food resources out here when we first bought the bar.
It's not often you hear about a bar helping out children, but at the Red Rooster Bar, that's exactly what they're doing by covering negative lunch balances at Shepherd schools.
Times are a little tough right now, but no kid should ever go hungry.
Owner of the bar, Angel Byron, says they will offer a weekly Mustang special, a new item not usually offered on the menu, this week a club sandwich, and a portion of the proceeds from that will be taken to the schools.
I have a son that goes to the school, so I'm always trying to figure out ways that we can help the school and give back to the school. But the other thing too is I was a hungry child.
Byron knows exactly what it is like to go without food as a child and doesn't want any other student to experience it.
I know what it's like to sit in class and just think about being hungry and not knowing if you're going to be able to eat that day.
6th grader Caleb Janich has also experienced not having money in his lunch account and was happy to hear someone is helping students and families in need.
It'll just help with like the rest of their day, going through the school day, because for me it was pretty rough not eating.
It does mean a lot, because if a kid can focus on what they're learning versus their stomach growling, then it makes all the difference in the world.
The bar has raised over $70 this weekend, an already helpful amount, but Byron has even bigger plans.
Not only pay off the negative balances, but be able to create maybe a scholarship fund so that kids can get positive balances.
In Shepherd, Haley Monaco, MTN News.
Absolutely amazing work coming out of Shepherd. Thank you very much, Haley, for sharing that story with us this morning. Now, we're going to take a short break here on Montana This Morning, but when we come back, Matt will have a look at your forecast. We'll have all of your top stories, and we're going to be talking about a little drama. Well, llama drama, that is. Get your boots on, because we're heading out to Corvallis to meet a new herd giving a new lease on